डॉन को मिलना मुश्किल ही नहीं, नामुमकिन भी है.
Interested in a career as a voice talent? Meet Arshad Iqbal, a successful voiceover artist. Though calling him a voiceover artist is just one way to describe his profession.
Hi, I am Arshad Iqbal. I am an audio person.
Arshad Iqbal lends his voice in documentaries, video spots, radio advertisements and many other forms of broadcast media. According to Arshad, this was not a career that he had planned on. It just happened to him thanks to his inborn talent.
I never thought that I'll be a voiceover artist. I was trained in filmmaking. I was in mass communications, Jamia Millia. And there we used to do a lot of our own programs. So people started realizing that, oh, you've got a brilliant voice and you've got fantastic modulation. So I started doing there, and from there somebody told that you should go and present programs on FM, and that happened. And gradually, I never thought that it will become my career, and today I am where I am.
What started as something which was purely on freelance basis is now his profession, and it has a lot to do with the fact that his family never stopped him from doing his own thing.
My father never objected for anything that I did. It was a very natural, pick that I wanted to do mass communication, anything to do with media. And when this became a career, because I was not only doing voiceovers initially, I was assistant director in some television company, and I used to give my voice as well. I was freelancing, I was doing shows on radio. And good friends of mine, they said, you've got so much potential in your, voice, and you can do a lot with your voice. So that's how I decided maybe I should focus at one place and I should take it to a, different level. And that's what I have been trying, and I'm trying to do.
A voiceover artist is a person who lends his or her voice to complement visuals telecast on screen. Radio also makes use of VO artists to convey important messages. Arshad has done post-graduation in mass communication, but specific to voiceovers, he has no formal training as such.
There is no institute as such which trains you in voice modulation, or which makes you. There are, nowadays a lot of, institutes you will find, but I don't find any genuine one. So I did not train myself anywhere. It was during the work, or maybe my hard work. I kept on trying again and again. People said that you've got a brilliant voice, you've got baritone, this thing. But that was not enough. I realized that giving voice is not just you have a nice voice, soothing voice, and you just say anything and it'll sell. You need to convince people. You need to be very genuine. You have to sound very authentic, whatever you say, whatever character you play. So I had a choice to, I had a lot of options to do. I could have gone to, some other field related to media. But I thought that this is something which is new. This is something which in India people are not, they think that, if you are into voiceovers, if you're doing audio, radio, people ask you, "Kya aap kaam kya karte ho? What do you do?" You say that I'm a voiceover artist, I give my voice. Well, that's fine. But what's your profession? So people still don't understand what voice giving or maybe audio industry means for you. So that's a thing which is still there. That was even more when I had started in mid-90s. But I think things are flourishing in a very, very positive manner. It's happening, it's doing fantastic. The audio industry is doing fantastic. So you can always, look for it. This sounds slightly offbeat, but if you have talent, sky's the limit.
So what has the journey been like for Arshad, and how did it all start?
I had done a couple of recordings. I clearly remember one of the recording was for some television program. It was a 10-minute long script, and I took 2 hours to record that. I used to fumble a lot. I used to make mistakes. but the good thing was that my voice was absolutely perfect according to them. They wanted like that. And I had great modulation, as they said then. So that was very encouraging. And when I saw the program on television and I heard my voice with the program, it was a different kind of kick. And that was the beginning. After that, I used to do a lot of other voices as well. I mean, apart from my voice, I used to do a lot of other voices. Somebody came up saying that you'll get 500 rupees if you do Ajit's voice, Loyan. So I said, I don't do that, but they said, but if you can do, you can earn 500. And I was there in the college at that point in time. So I said, if you can give me some dialogue, I can rehearse and I can do it. I rehearsed it for 10-15 minutes and I did bang on. So that became another option for me. I started listening to the voice and I used to just, replicate it. I still do that. I still do a lot of characters. I create when I'm alone. I'm sitting there and, thinking what could be the next thing that I can do. And that's how I've done my journey.
As a voiceover artist and an audio person, the opportunities for Arshad is many, and he's taking full advantage of it.
Anything under the sun. I do documentaries, I do a lot of ads, I do character voices, I do bass lines, I lend my voice for films, I do animation voices. Anything which needs a good voice, which needs a character, I do and I'm willing to do. Even anything which comes up new, that puts me in a situation that I feel like that I've just started. I prepare for that, I rehearse for that, I try and do new everything. Every day I try and do new. I don't know how successful I am doing that, but I keep trying new things. So for newcomers who want to do, there are a lot of things, there are documentaries that you can give your voice for. There are radio ads, there are television ads, there are audio visuals, there are presentations, there are now a lot of other new things which are happening. So sky's the limit. I'll repeat again and I'll say that anyone who wants to join this particular field should just have one thing in mind, that you have to work hard like you do for any other profession. You have to work hard, you keep thinking, you keep evolving yourself time to time, and if you're versatile, then no stopping.
He might be successful now and does his work with panache, but things weren't so hunky-dory in the beginning. But according to Arshad, the difficulties he faced only made him work harder.
It was never so easy, because you are given script at that point in time. You have to read, you have to think. So I remember a couple of times, I faced humiliation because I couldn't perform. But that didn't stop me. I clearly remember somebody had given me 3 or 4 small, 2-minuters I was supposed to give voice. So what I did, I was doing FM as well. So on FM, you have a different style. You as a jockey, you do a lot of modulation, unnecessary modulations at times. So I started doing that, and I did not understand what my producer wanted. So very politely he said, I think you're not able to do that. And I must confess that I cried. I cried in my, I was alone, and I thought that perhaps I'm not the person who can take it further, because maybe I'm trapped. And that happens with everybody. People who do documentaries, they just do documentaries. They think that I have a very nice voice and I'll speak in their, day-to-day life also. They'll say, hi, I'm Arshad Iqbal and I do voiceovers. It shouldn't be. That should not be the case. You should not, cage yourself. You should not fix yourself in a particular role. As a voice, if you think of acting, you think of Amitabh Bachchan. But what is Amitabh Bachchan? Amitabh Bachchan is somebody who does everything. Who does everything under the sun. Comedy, serious work, character work, action, emotions. Similarly, when you are giving voice, you have to be absolutely flexible. Somebody said that no, you're so good, you can imitate people like this, you have brilliant voice. That gave me some kind of faith in myself, and perhaps that was the time when I decided, no, I'm not going to take it easy. I'll work hard for it, and I did it, and I think I've got more than what I deserve. Voicing is like singing. The moment you speak nicely, people are attracted to you. So that helped me a lot, because I run a company. Now we have the biggest production house, audio, commercial production house in India. We have offices in Mumbai and Delhi. So it all happened because it gave me a very, easy approach to people, because when I used to give my voice and you mesmerize people with your talent, people are attracted to you, and they start believing in you. They give you, opportunities to, work with them. So that happened with me, and I started producing radio spots. And again, I'll say that still we keep on trying. We've given a new shape to audio commercial productions, and we still try. We work for international clients as well, like for London, one of the stations in London. We do commercials for them. Here, virtually, we do for every production house. So we do productions, we do audiovisual presentations, we do corporate films, and in all these fields, I mean, you need a good voice, you need a good, voiceover artist. So that is there. Apart from that, we are getting into film production also. So most probably, I'll be directing my first film this year. So just hope for the best. Actually, like any other profession, you have to be dedicated, you have to be convinced, you have to be absolutely game for it. You cannot be thinking anything else when you're taking this profession seriously. Apart from that, if you have like conviction, you have to be convinced. A. B. You should have a good timbre, nice voice. Though I keep on saying that every voice is a brilliant voice. Every voice has some good qualities. You need to just pinpoint, and you need to really, understand what is good in your voice, and you have to work on it, and you can really make it happening. Beyond that, you should have a very clear diction. I do my voiceovers in Hindi, Urdu, and Hindustani. So I know for sure that I can't commit any mistakes, I know that the pronunciation has to be correct, the modulation has to be correct, and you have to have a thinking mind. Voiceovers, generally people think that you just have to give your voice. No, you have to give the character as well. You have to give life to that subject. So you have to be a thinking mind, and these are the basic things that one voiceover should have. I'll say a couple of things. A, judge yourself. Don't go by glamour of the field, that you're known. If you're an RJ, then you're known. You talk to people every day, and your name is floating all over. But that's not the thing that that should attract you. You should analyze yourself. I always keep on saying that be a good listener. If you're a good listener, you'll be able to understand what you are doing. You'll start, evaluating yourself. Where do you stand? So if you have a good voice, if you have good temperament, you work hard, you go and act, you try and learn from, people. You keep hearing on television, radio, and various stuffs You must watch good films. You see how modulations make huge differences. The same dialogue looks pretty different if it's said in a different way. So these are the things one should do, and one should be patient. If you're patient, you'll win.
So if you are someone with a good voice and modulation and you want to make a profession out of it, then being a voiceover artist like Arshad Iqbal can be a good option.